Indecision and Good Prospect. And over the first, Good Prospect and Prince Charles jumped that third, just ahead of Lockage, then Choral Festival on the inner and Pongy Boy, and behind them come Rwanda Frontier. Now quite a long run to the second fence, because you'll see them pass the ditch, which is omitted on account of the state of the ground. And Another Prospect is the leader from Indecision. Then behind them come Lockage, then comes Good Prospect in the royal colours on the outside of Choral Festival, lying in fourth position at the moment, with behind him Talon and then Hard Outlook. Behind Hard Outlook is Rwanda Frontier, and the leader just coming to jump this. Another Prospect jumps the second in the lead from Indecision, and then Lockage, and then Good Prospect with Talon next and Choral Festival and Hard Outlook, and they're beginning to string out as they come down to the water. Another Prospect jumps in the lead. They're going really fast. Second is Indecision, third Lockage, four Talon, five is Choral Festival, six is Hard Outlook, seven is Good Prospect. Good Prospect just in front of the grey Pongy Boy and Rwanda Frontier. And Good Prospect jumped that particularly well in seventh place, with the grey on his outside. The leaders coming down to the next. Another Prospect from Indecision over the fifth from Lockage. Then comes Talon, Choral Festival, Hard Outlook, Pongy Boy, and Good Prospect. Just behind Good Prospect is Wagoners Walk, and behind him Rwanda Frontier, and then a long gap to Joint Venture heading the remainder as the two leaders come to this first ditch. Indecision jumped it in the lead from Another Prospect. Lockage next. Behind Lockage was Talon, and jumping it in eighth place, and jumped it well to that ditch, Good Prospect. So the two leaders are at the top of the hill, still going a blistering gallop, which they'll be hard put to maintain for 3 miles. Indecision from Another Prospect. And then the rest of the field headed by Lockage, Talon, behind Talon, Pongy Boy, then Wagoners Walk, then Hard Outlook, and then Choral Festival, and then Good Prospect. Good Prospect being followed by Rwanda Frontier. The leaders jump the seventh, and both safely over it. Coming to the seventh now, Lockage, Talon, Pongy Boy, and Good Prospect jumped that in ninth, jumped it well too. Coming down to the next fence, the leaders, Indecision from Another Prospect, then Lockage. Behind Lockage is Talon, then Pongy Boy and Wagoners Walk and Hard Outlook, then Choral Festival, then Good Prospect. The Prince of Wales with Joint Venture's rider on his inside. A Good Prospect going very well within himself, this top weight in the Kim Muir Memorial Challenge Cup. He's coming to the ninth now. Rwanda Frontier on the near side. Good Prospect between he and Joint Venture, and Good Prospect jumps it well. Well, Richard, how do you figure the top weight is going at the moment?
Well, Peter, I think everything's going to plan nicely, but as you say, it's a very fast gallop. This horse does stay, and although they may be running away from him slightly at the moment, as we saw at Sandown, he starts to do his best work as they really get down to the job. It's very noticeable to me that Prince Charles has let his leathers down 2 or 3 holes since Sandown, and although his style may not be quite the same as John Frankham's today, he certainly is sitting much tighter. Good Prospect has screwed once or twice at the fences, and yet Prince Charles has really been tight in the saddle. He certainly hasn't budged at all, and he certainly jumped the ditch very well. Very close there, and I'm afraid Prince Charles has gone again, but he's okay. He's certainly all right. Again, he went over the right-hand shoulder, and he's not at all pleased, as you can see.
Well, he's thrown his whip down in disgust, but he's got up and is obviously walking away unscathed. No way he could have recovered from that. Good Prospect. Probably unsighted at that one, but he just made an appalling blunder, and down he went. Prince Charles with absolutely no hope of recovery there.
It was the 10th fence that claimed Good Prospect, but both horse and rider were unscathed. It looked to us like a fall, although officially it'll go into the form book again as unseated rider. At the second last fence, the Irish horse Indecision looked a sure winner, but he came down, leaving Wagoners Walk to come home alone.
Wagoners Walk jumps it in the lead, Grand Cru jumps it next, and then Ponji Boy and Hard Outlook, and racing into the closing stages now, round the home turn in the Muir, and it's Wagoners Walk, a long way clear of Ireland's Grand Cru, then Hard Outlook and Ponji Boy. So Wagoners Walk looking as though he just has one to jump now to win it. Wagoners Walk is clear of Hard Outlook and Ponji Boy. Wagoners Walk jumps it well, gets a great cheer from the crowd. Hard Outlook jumps it second, Grand Cru third. So racing into the closing stages, it's Wagoners Walk going away from Hard Outlook and Grand Cru. And at the line, Wagoners Walk wins it. Hard Outlook just holds the Grand Cru.
So Wagoners Walk a festival winner for the second year in succession. Meanwhile, the Prince left the course to return to London for an official engagement.